What's up, everybody? Okay, I am making a intro video to a series of videos that I will be doing this spring. It is March 24th, 2018, and I have had this kayak right over here, this Predator XL made by Old Town. I've had this kayak for 2 years now, and I have done virtually no mods whatsoever to it. But this spring and this summer and this year, I am going to be doing a few mods to this kayak. And I did a review of this kayak last year, just basically my thoughts and pros and cons. I'll put a link of that particular video in the description if you want to go see that. It's about 15 minutes long. A couple things, like I already actually put on a rod holder. I actually had that rod holder on the boat last year, but it was just, I just temporarily put it on there just to see if I would like it in that spot, and so I permanently placed it on one of those gear pads that come with this boat, which there's 6 of them. So anyhow, a couple of the things that I want to do on this boat, I want to put in a anchor system, which I'm going to put off of the front of the boat right here. Somehow I'm going to design something so that it will be on a trolley system of some sort that will go to the back, where I can just drop and pull it up from my seat, obviously. I will be putting a couple mounts for cameras when I'm out there. Some GoPro mounts. I'll probably be putting one in the front and possibly one in the back corner of the boat left. I've got a Yak Attack crate that's got some pole holders on it. I'm going to be putting a fish finder on the Minn Kota motor, which I have over here. You're not going to be able to see it. It's come somewhere down there. On the top of the Minn Kota motor, there's a little gear plate. If you take that off, you can actually drop wires down there. It's actually made to put a fish finder on that particular spot. So I'll be placing that there, and the wires will go down through the motor back into the boat. Also be putting some LED lighting. That's mainly, there's a lot of traffic, especially towards the evening. A lot of people will be coming in. I just wanted to have some LED lights on the boat so other boaters could see me for the most part. I thought about putting a sun umbrella on the back. It's one of those really narrow umbrellas that you can put on a boat. And it's not to keep the rain off of you, but it's to keep the sun from burning you, give you a little bit of shade if. And let's see, I thought about putting in another hatch in the back. There's a spot where I could cut and put a hatch there. I have not decided if I want to do that yet. I'm not scared to do it or anything like that. I just don't know if there's a need to do it. I've got this big hatch in the front here, and then I've got one underneath the seat in the back. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I want to try to fix for the motor. In particular, when I pull the motor up when I'm coming into dock or leaving, it tends to come out of the footings. And so I've got this motor, it's just the way that it's set up and tilts up, it's very shaky and difficult to stay where it's supposed to stay. So I've got a few things I'm going to be working on. Actually, I'm going to be looking at a few things today, hopefully, that I can maybe make that system a little bit better. And then also the little kickstand that that pops out when you lift the motor up out of the water. That little kickstand tends to be a little bit wobbly as well and doesn't sit where it's supposed to sit. If anybody has this boat, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to work on possibly fixing that. My battery box that sits behind my seat, I'm going to make that a little bit more secure. I haven't had any problems with it, but I just wanted to make sure. But even when I'm pulling this out of the water and I'm moving it around on the shore, I don't want that battery in the battery box, all that moving around much. Alright, we are going to take this footing out right here. There's one on each side, and this is where the motor sits in. The two metal things sit into the footings. I'm going to take these off and just see if there's any way I can modify these. I'm going to take them off really slowly so that I don't strip anything. There's one. Because on these kayaks, you got to try to find replacement bolts, and that's pretty tough. I just saw a washer drop out, and I want to make sure that I don't lose that washer. Alright. So, I've got the two washers and the footing here. I'm going to see what I can do to modify this a little bit. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys what I just got. I solved my problem. Remember these things? These are the foots for the motor to rest into this spot right here. And we've been talking about that. And this is the old one. Okay? And I was trying to devise a plan to be able to drill a hole right here or something and put some kind of a pin to lock that foot in, or the little peg that goes into there right here. And I looked into the whole situation, and I found out that Old Town, the maker of my kayak, makes one of these with the pin, the new one. Looks virtually the same, right? Difference is, I'll hold them both up here. The difference is right here, it's got this little cutout that allows for this little metal tab, which I'll show you in a minute, to rest in. Okay, here's the pin. This is the little mount. So basically, here's your foot. Basically this thing here will mount right onto that top like that. So the bolt will lock it down like that, and then this pin, once you get your foots in there, or your little pegs in there, this will slide right down into that hole, and you just kind of push it down. And that will lock that foot, or that peg, keep calling it a foot, it'll lock the little peg inside there so that it won't be able to come out, and then when you want to take the motor out, you just pull that out. You hear I need to keep these screws here because the new footings do not come with these screws. So keep these screws and the little washers, okay? Alright, so now I've got my new one. Make sure you put this in on the right side, because the little things have to be a little, well, you'll know the right side, but the one that's sealed off is this side, and that needs to go on the outside. The open side needs to go on the inside. So let's get every little bit of dirt out of here. I need to put the washer underneath here, so I'm going to go ahead and stick the bolt through. Go ahead and stick the large bolt through on the back one, putting the washer. The lighting, I'm sure, is terrible right here. Sorry, like I said, I don't have this set up, but I put the big bolt through, and I'm going to go ahead and, actually I got to put the other one through as well, because I got to set them both down in there. So this calls for a little coordination, but once I get it down there, it should be alright. Yeah, okay, got him there. It's very hard to film this, so you're just going to have to trust me when I say I'm getting it in there. Take this off, show you what we got here. So this little metal tab is going to stay in there the whole time, and this pin just basically hangs out like that. Okay? Hopefully you can see that. And so the footings go in the same exact way. And so when I put the motor in, which I'm going to do in a minute after I get the other one here installed, but then I'm going to stick these pins in. I hope this is going to be easy. It looks like it's going to be pretty simple, and it looks like they're going to stay. All right, and So I got the lock off. I've got the foots, the pegs inside the footings, and I'm just gonna raise this thing up. And this little, if you can see this little kickstand right here, it comes up. It's spring loaded. But let me pull you guys up over here a little bit. And we are doing everything really low budget here on the filming. So anyhow, what happened was when you were coming in to shore on your boat, you would rock your boat quite a bit. It would rock and stuff, and this motor would inevitably rock out of those footings and fall over. But this thing, I'm shaking this thing. I mean, it's solid. It is absolutely solid, and you can see the prop is out of the water. We're done for this one. Let me know if you guys have any comments on anything that you've seen in the last 15-20 minutes, however long this video is going to be. I'd love to hear your comments, and anybody else who has put these new footings in, I'd love to hear what you think about them. And I would love to know if anybody else has figured out a situation for that kickstand. Okay, thank you guys, and we'll talk to you later.